The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. No proper English was used. The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. All right, this will be chapter 9, and what I found in 8 was just a bunch of pieces. So there's a lot of editing that has to be done yet, but these were things that I have questions on, and yeah, it's going to need some serious editing to find out what the order is and where this text actually goes. But chapter 9 is the problem for today. On my head were waters in my eyes, a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain daughter of my people. If I had, that I had in the desert a wayfarer, lodging place. Lodging place. That I might leave my people and go to them. All of them are adulterers and sinners and treacherous men. Now, if this is all being said by a creator, that's just junk. So, this is my head and eyes. No, this doesn't read right. Eyes, I would say, have tears. Tears. But this I don't see anything here. Day and night, is wrong. Simply the fact that it's night and daylight. Uh, this is a secular word day, and it's from twilight when the sun is no longer seen on a horizon. That's the beginning of the day. So it's night and daylight. My eyes have tears. Where the slain. I don't think this is needed. My eyes have tears. And I'm thinking, and I weep daily. For our slain people, for our. My eyes have tears, and I weep daily. For our slain people. They wouldn't be worried about being in the desert. They're supposed to know that the land their inheritance, so that doesn't make any sense. And a prophet doesn't leave the people. Now, weeping for the slain and leaving from them, that doesn't connect at all. It's got to be his people. His people are gone. Or when it says adulterers, this is harlotry in the head, that they're meditating to have sex with a so-called female goddess. All of them, for all of them, for all of them are adulterers, assembled by, see, I'm adding that and getting rid of that. Mankind. Now, you can see above me how I actually do this, but it does take a little bit to know what's going on. But you can see I've got a 3-verse here and a 3-verse here. So let me put up right now some of the text that you can see what I've already done, and I'm compiling all the books together to be one book, and trying to put the text in the correct order. Right now, this, what you're seeing is the text that I've done in order, even though it's spanning a whole lot of of whole lot. Anyways, I've gotten messages again from YouTube. Can't believe it. I can't go that low, and it says I'm going that right. Okay. But now this needs to mean I have to find 2 more now. Assembled by mankind. They bend their tongue like a bow. They lie. Now, I don't know if this could actually be their tongues lie and no truth prevail in the land. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it that way because other than that, I don't have anything with this. And this is, and not to tell the truth. Um, I guess with their tongues they lie. Um, they lie. Wait a second. And not for not for his truth. This would be our Creator's truth, not for his truth. So they prevail in our land. And then, yes, I guess it was that I do need all this. They bend their tongue like a bow to lie. Like a bow to lie, and not for his truth. I split this. They prevail in the land. And let's see what the word proceed here is. Brought forth, brought, came. Goes evil to evil. Okay, I think I've got a good idea. Now I'm seeing I can bring this back. Okay, let me try this again. With their tongues, many of them. I was adding that word so that with their tongues, they lie. With their tongues they lie. And not for his truths. His truths would be words Um, and that, I guess if I get rid of that, and that is truth. Their tongues, with their tongues they lie, and that is truth. The word has to be, but they prevail in our land, for they came with evil. I'm trying to figure out, this is going to be words said by him again. So is he talking to those that, where they came with their evil? But they prevail. I'm not sure prevail now. I would say that they're living in our land. Let me see what this secular theorist has to say. They exist in our land. Yeah, we're talking about mankind coming from other places, that they're going to settle in Jerusalem. So I'm going to use the word exist, prevail, they exist. They exist in our land. Yeah, I like that. With their tongues they lie, to speak that is truth. Do not, I have to use the word speak his truth, because I don't think I'm getting that across correctly. With their tongues they lie, and not to speak his truth. To not speak his truth. With their tongues they lie. To not speak his truth. I've got to add the word. I've got to add it. I can't get around that. But they exist in our land. And came with their evilness. So what? Okay. Now this can't be our creator speaking here. because that seems to want to follow together, but this text, this is not. Everyone is to be on guard against his neighbor. Do not trust any of our do not trust any of our this could be a multitude of things. I don't know, but this out for right now. This is every brother is, I don't think needs the word deals, but word craftily. It has to be guilty because every brother is guilty and every neighbor goes if I take this and add the word goes here, goes is guilty. This would mean not to be obedient to our Creator. I could put what is, better than that would be unfaithful to him. That brother person. Have to have the women involved, so just can't be brothers. So, because every person is unfaithful to him and our neighbors for our neighbors. I'm thinking not and, but now. Now our neighbors go about like them. And then this, now our neighbors, and using this as a word that I'm bringing in. Now our neighbors go about like them. Because slandering is not a real crime. Okay. But to be evil like them by being unfaithful is what the story is talking about here. Be on your guard against your neighbor. And do not trust any of our well, I guess I gotta use S here, brothers, as to start with. But if I got those two connecting, existing land, this is almost like goes with this. Came with their evilness, now they are like them. Yeah, I'm thinking that this verse needs to be put above here, so I'm just gonna now leave it as question marks. Everyone is to be on guard against your brothers, and do not trust any of our brothers. Everyone deceives. For everyone is a, I want to say deceiver. Everyone is deceiver. I don't think I need this. Right? I'm going to have to go up there and is truths again. Yep. Okay. Now this seems to be a 4-verse. When did I have a 3-verse? That was a 3-verse. That was a 3-verse. So this is 4-verse. And then this, yeah, this 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, ruin is a deceiver by not speaking his truth. They speak their lies. Because you can't have your tongue teach. I'm sorry, I should have said something early on that verse. You can't have your tongue taught their tongue to speak lies. They speak their lies. To, I got to have the word to here. That's where I'm thinking this is leading to commit. To commit their iniquity, to commit their sins, more than one. 4-verse, 4-verse. They do read together good, but so does this one. If I move this one, so does that. So got to take a good look at that and later when it's cleaned up. Now, see, they got it as our creator saying this, and this is not, so far that I can tell, is true. They live through deceit. They refuse to know me. I don't think our creator is going to have a one-on-one conversation with a prophet. He's just, no, I don't think he's going to have a conversation with his creation. Like, so this is just, to me, is, no, this is not sounding right here when I see this. Oh, man. Okay. Where was I at? Craftily. Where was it that thou speaks craftily? Right here. So I did all this editing without you. So I'll catch you back up. Sorry about that. I was wondering whether this group here, after I get done correcting like I've got here, and I had to add the word now, this seems to want to read better, and I guess I'll move it now, and because I've got the other ones already done. So if I move this here, because these are 3-verse, This is a 4 verse, but it seems to want to connect together. And came with their evilness, because every person is unfaithful to him. Now our neighbor has gone about like them. Everyone is to be on guard. See, now that's how I can see that this is now leading to this. So, um, so let me see here. If this is here, then this, let me just, let me just do that. Everyone is be on guard against your neighbor, and do not trust any of our brothers, for everyone is a deceiver by not speaking his truth. They speak their lies to commit their sins. See, now that reads really good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, yes, this is all 8 point. I'm going to move this. Okay. And this moved group here. Right above this above this one. That's all I did was moved it up here. So be able to see this, I'm going to need a bright color. That's okay. And then this will be a bright color. Okay. So that means this is not going to make it. All right. Now, what I did in this editing here, I don't think it's too hard to see what I did or understand, because his truths I have to stay to up here, his truths here. The story has to flow, and I can see that that's the main subject here, that they're speaking now lies. And like I said, that could be the priest, and but it seems to want to say everyone, including the priests, are doing this, and there's very few righteous left behind. See, it sounds like I could say we are living in their midst. I don't know about, so let me just put it in there. These are not perfectly done, so a lot of it I'm testing. We are living with deceit. We are living with deceit, and through deceit, they refuse to know him. Does this, if this is a 3 verse, copy this. If I put it here, discovered by mankind, we are living They are living in our midst. Through deceit, they refuse to know him. See how that goes together? 3 verse, 3 verse. Like I said, a lot of times that's what happens. They split these stories up and then add to the text. So they're living. I'm going to use it like this: by deceit. Okay. And, and through deceit, they refuse to know him. Now that 3 verse is going to go way up there. Now, this is going to be our Creator's words, not of thus, but therefore this was said, but it might be prophesied, so only this by YV, and this will be right now. I'm using this. Get rid of this. That's the closest word I've got right now. This seems to be an added verse then now because it's not completing. Therefore, this was said by YV, behold, I will refine them as essay. What else can I do because of the daughter? Our Creator wouldn't be saying why else, what else. So this, let me get rid of this. Therefore, this was said by YV. Tongue is deadly. Their tongue is deadly. With deceit from their mouth. Let's see. Mouths. Okay, now that's got a possibility. Well, this is, I will not punish them for these. That's not. They're like. Wow. So far, I've got them lying about him, being against him, tricking other people with him, and then I got this sentence: he's not going to punish him for these things. I will not avenge myself, but he is going to avenge himself. The mountains will take up a weeping and wail, and the pastures will dredge. They are laid waste, no one will pass through, and the lowing cattle is not heard. Okay, well, this much can't be true. But they will be laid waste. But people are going to go passing through. I already have prophecies that talk about what's going to happen when people walk by. And so this is pretty much against what he's already said. Okay, what about Twitch? Okay. Twitch seems to be right there. So is, well, maybe not. Yeah, YouTube seems to be about 10 to 15 seconds off. Twitch, right there with me. Okay. I don't have enough to go with this extra text. If this is it would have to be everyone. Okay, I'm adding that. Everyone speaks peace to his neighbor, but sets an ambush for them. But that's a 3 verse, so it might go someplace. Everyone speaks, that's the statement. Peace to their neighbor. Okay. I just had a thought. Why is it everyone? Every one of them speaks. Every one of them speaks peace to his neighbor. Okay, that's better. There, but sets up an ambush for them. That's close enough for right now. But again, a 3 verse out here in the middle. I guess I gotta. This one seems to be a bunch of pieces as well. That, no, that ain't gonna happen. I will make Jerusalem a heap of ruins, a haunt for jackals. That's okay. If this is the 3 verse, he will make their. He's speaking about him. What's going to happen? He will make Jerusalem a heap of ruins or a haunt of jackals. I think it has to be for. This is almost like reading in reverse, these two. So I'm trying to put it so that if that one is in the right position, the top one, the top here that you're seeing, then it's got to be given the reason why. So, for he will make our cities and Judah. Yeah, that fit pretty good. A desolation without people. These are the no good guys. So bold, small caps. Okay. Yeah, these have got to be flipped around because it's about all Judah and then it's about Jerusalem. It wouldn't be Jerusalem first. It would be so. Up one. So this. I don't need the word here. Okay, he will make our cities and Judah a desolation without people. And he will And he will make Jerusalem a heap of ruins for a haunt meaning a group. So I can change that word. Maybe I could do it as a herd. Where's this? Wow, where's the key? I'm way down here. The approval is for a pack of jackals. Who is wise? Who is wise to understand this? That's all that's going to be done by our Creator. Who is wise to understand this? Why is the land to be no. I don't think this is going to be said. That's just not that he may be. I'm sure, but I will get rid of it right now. So, who is wise to understand this? Why is our land? Why will our land? Why will our land? Because I'm trying to blend it to meet the second verse here. Be ruined. No, he's already said that it's going to be like a haunt of jackals or a pack of jackals. So who is wise to understand this? Why will our land be laid wasted? Why will our land be laid waste? And those very good 4 verse now. Not that that's going to happen. That's not true. Yeah. This is a 3 verse. And I just made this a 4 verse. Oh. But it does tie together. So I don't know. Got this stuff so pieced. Maybe. No, if he's going to tell him. He's already condemning them all over the place. So why would our Creator speak to a prophet like this? Behold, I will feed them, this people, with wormwood, poisoned waters to drink. I don't think any of that is true. I will scatter them among the nations whom neither they nor their fathers know. Okay, I think that's a good, truthful sentence. And I will send a sword after them, and I will annihilate them. No, no. He's sending away the ones he knows they're going to repent. Everybody else is getting wiped out. Call for the women mourners. I don't think there's nobody left. That they may come and mourn. Well, for us. No, I don't see this either. The voice of wailing is heard in Jerusalem. How we are ruined. We are put to great shame, for we have left the land because we've been cast off. It would have to be, this is almost like this is what the people did on the way leaving. It'd be voices of wailing is heard from the captives, how we were ruined. That's 3 verse. We have great shame, for we left our land because we were cast off. Now that is words is anyways, I don't know if they're gonna go anywhere, but that would be something unusual. I haven't come across words like this to be able to say voices of wailing. And he'd be writing past tense. So were heard from I do that twice, our captives. How we were ruined. We have great shame. And it's going to be like, I got to add the word now. Boy, if there's one word that I've felt throughout all of this text is adding the word now. We are shamed. So, yeah, I'm going to put it as I'm adding it, and I'll get rid of the rest of the words. It's now we are Now we have put would be have. Now we have shame. So that now we have shame, for we left our land, and this would be like this, and land would be a capital because they're talking about it being as the promised land, because we were now see when I find text like this I like editing it, and it's easier to add. We were cast off. Green. And then that's, now we heard, if it's still continuing, now we heard words from YV. I'm going to leave this. Now we heard the words from YV. Now it's kind of like, this is not, this is separate. And now this is like, yes, now we heard the words from YV. We did not listen to them. Now we're on our way to go, and we're all not going to go live and work for somebody else. Why teach a wailing? Why teach a drudge? Death is like an ending, right? So if I put this here and put this here and say, we heard the words from YV, our ending is coming. Because we were cast off. And this can't be now, it had to be yet. Yet we heard Yeah, we heard the words from YV. Our ending is coming. Okay. Now this voices of wailing would mean that they already know that this has taken place. So through our windows, why would they come through the window? I just don't get that. Entered our palaces now. Like they got a million palaces there in every little village. Entered our homes. So it can't be windows. It surely can't be palaces. They entered our homes through our doors. Through our doors, they entered our homes. They didn't cut off, they killed. They killed in our streets. Us. In the streets. So I got that. To kill, yeah, not it, kill us in the streets. And in the town squares. Like that, but that's a 4 verse, and this is a 3 verse. Through our doors they entered our home. It's almost like this verse here has to be the first verse above. So if I copy it here, and let me read how it reads here. They killed us in the streets, and through our doors they entered our homes. See how better that reads? They killed us in the streets, and through our doors they entered our homes. Whoops, I got to see what I did with this. Move up 2 verses. Then this is all going to be 8 point. Moved here. Oops. I think that's easy enough to follow along there. In the town squares were corpses of men. I don't think, like, done on that, I don't think is going to be written by them. Um, um, I can't say I can put any of this stuff together. I'm looking for, like, our old men were in the town squares because they wouldn't take them, and then they would have been left like corpses after a reaper. Okay, corpses of men like after a reaper. And no one will gather them, no one will bury them, no one will, but no one will gather to bury them. But no one will gather them to bury them. Now, I don't think this is needed. The bodies of man, no, in the town squares. Well, when they enter their doors and that, they're going to take them captive. So, but what happens? After the killing. After the killing. No one will gather and bury them. Okay, so that's separate. Now, how do these go together? Okay, it would be our well, I want to say our sick people. And this is not going to be used. In the town squares. Were corpses are bodies. Were their bodies of man. Bodies of man. Man just can't be men. They it has to be the sick and poor that they're killed off, is what they're saying. The bodies of man, both male and female here, or they were the elderly. They have to be, has to be men. Okay, just not men. Okay. And in the town squares were their bodies of man. Arya men. And the our ill were taken to the town squares. This has to be two. To the town squares. I can't get anything out of this. I tried. I can't get anything here to say that this is going to work. So I got something, but I can't get this here to work. So, and I'm good at this, and I couldn't do that. So, okay. After the killing, no one will gather their body. I'm not seeing some of this text even. I guess this is there. Thus says YHVH, let not the wise man boast in his wisdom, let the mighty man not boast of his might, let not the rich man boast of his riches. Okay. These are hooked together. But not the mighty. Sorry, ladies, but it has to be males. but not the mighty males boast of their might. I'm going to put strength. Yeah, I thought I was going to put strength. But not the mighty males boast of their strength. Let not the richer boast of their wealth, their riches. This is not connecting. These are connecting, so it could have it like this and let them, let him who boast boast of this, that oh, sorry about that. I just noticed you chatting there. I'm sorry. The colors are how I edit the text. The blue is what I'm getting rid of. The green is what I'm changing one word to mean for another word. The red is meaning that that's the text that I have added to this text to make the story. What happens is I have other editing, such as making all our creator's words in color. And this way, I'm controlling the text to make sure everybody knows what's said by our creator. And the red letters will be for Jesus. I have green for angels when they're speaking. I don't use any proper English format because this is text that was written over 3,000 years ago. But it's the Hebrews, the way they wrote their words. Let me see here. There's how I put Jesus here. And as you can see, I got like a double space here and a double space here. So let me blow one of these up. But this is what I commanded them saying. So this is going to be like a comma and a period. And this is going to become a comma and a period. And what that becomes is a small paragraph. And then it's going to repeat the same thing here, like this. But this paragraph and this paragraph kind of go together to make a larger paragraph. So that's how I see, or how the format actually appears when I start finding just the truthful words. So But what I'm trying to do is get rid of text that the bad guys are put into the Bible. Well, let me show you something here, because if you actually studied Exodus 21 through 17, you'd know there's 12 commandments. And there they are. You can't get rid of any one of them. If I change one word here from bars to arches, these pieces of wood make these, but not the ones going across yet. They have distorted the text so much that, I'll tell you the truth is, they are atheists that are actually controlling the text. And but what I'm doing is I'm removing them. Here is something that's written in the 1611 preface by the ones who translated the Greek and Hebrew into English. They give ways, I think there was 4 ways that they could change the text. Anybody can change the text. And one of them is by the light and feeling we have attained unto ourselves. Here they put a great clerk, Gregory the Divine. Now, I'm sure people have read the Bible and they're wanting to make Jesus God, but here they're telling you Gregory is the divine and not Jesus, okay? Now, down here, the first Roman emperor corrected the calendar and the order of the year according to the course of the sun, and they put the sun in capital letters. Now, you know that the Vatican has an Egyptian obelisk in the courtyard. Well, what's written there is not deciphered by many, but it's about Ra, the sun god, okay? And it's the sun god's calendar that they're going by here. But if you read behind these lines, what was the calendar before this? And I can tell you, when Nebuchadnezzar ended up waking up from eating grass, our Creator made himself known up there, and he changed the calendar to our Creator's calendar. Okay, so a lot of Christians, when they study the text, down here, they're going to say what you are studying. Lastly, the reward of the study thereof, thereof would be the Bible's text, is just to have a fellowship with saints and a participation of a heavenly nature. There's no such thing as a heavenly nature when we know our Creator is everything. It was made by our Creator. So I don't think that's why anybody is actually studying the Bible. So that's the corruptness. But what I can do is literally go through the text. And a lot of times I have to dig out the mud, and it does this 4 verse, and then there's this 3 verse. So I'm getting pieces together. And what I'll do is I'll take them and I'll put them all together. I'll put the 4 verse text together with, because the 4 verse just started showing up maybe in chapter 6. No, 5. But you can see here's 3 verse, okay? Here's 3 verse. And 3 verse goes all the way up to the very beginning of the text. Now, if I grab inside the verses, it tells me pretty much also a timeline as to what is going on or where to place the text. Let me show you what I mean by that. This is our Creator's timeline. This took me probably a year and a half after I took 5 years putting the text together. Then I had to straighten out the order of the kings to make sense. this is a very exact timeline. It's not relationship that this is 52 years and this is 40. You can see that's not that. It's these events that happen about in his, if this was 52, these guys' names show up when you're talking about this king, or when you're talking about this king, these guys show up. So Jeremiah is down here. I think he was born before in this king's time, or maybe even before, because it's this text has in the 13th year he came and told Josiah here these prophecies that he's talking about. And we also know that after I'm going to find it in Jeremy, that after they were taken to Babylon, that he is still alive down here. So if you go 30, he's 65 to 70 years old before he passes away. But we have a good timeline of where he is speaking because of whatever the text is. I've got verses so far of Jeremiah that doesn't know Babylon. They're coming from the north. Now, Assyria has already come and taken these away. And if I know his lifetime is here, there has to be a battle here of when, at this time, somewhere here, between Babylon and Assyria for Babylon to win. So, but when I've got text that they don't know they're coming from the north, I know it has to be very early. So it might be during this king's time. The text is not completely truthful as they goes through the text. But if I'm going to throw this up here on the side. Now this is what I've already got started from many of the books, the smaller prophet books, and I'm compiling them all into one book, and they're in different orders. They're in correct order now, but there's going to be like before David's time, and then there's going to be about 300 years missing, and there's going to be a king, and then there's going to be another 200 missing, and then you're going to start seeing the return the people coming from Babylon and the returning those that fled into Egypt. So what you're seeing is actually proving that there's first writers formats that are really, really beautiful, that they have covered up. I could not, if you take screenshots of what you're seeing here flip on the side, you will find that when you read them, it is such a detailed, small paragraph with so much information inside each one of them that I couldn't plan on doing that to find those. In the beginning of my videos, I usually put above my head the list of how one can go about finding these. If you go into, I tell you what, you can take any of the first 9 Psalms. Those are very easy to do. And the easiest book to do is Daniel. Daniel is all a 3-verse format, but you would find that out soon by just dividing up words that group together. And it's really pretty easy to do Daniel. But I've been doing this for 30 years. I've already done this a couple times. I'm doing this for the final time. I'm getting too old, and I want to make sure I record my best finding of the text and what I'm doing. So I store these on my hard drive in other places, and then when I pass away and people want to know, well, why that word he did this and why did he do that? Well, these videos will be me talking and explaining the words, because I have very, very many maps, slides, just a ton of information over the years. So, but example, in my description on let's see, in YouTube, on YouTube. See how old I'm getting. YouTube, my channel, which I believe my name is scrolling across the bottom. Anyways, yeah, there it is. You can go there, and in the description, I have many videos put there, like where is heaven located? Why Jesus didn't walk on the water? What Jesus defined as Holy Spirit. Because Jesus did define what Holy Spirit is, where I've been asking Christians for 30 years and they have no idea what they're talking about. Let's see. There's many things in the text that they make Jesus stupid. Example, he talks about reincarnation. But I made these videos purposely, one, to show that the text is corrupt, and the other is to, when it's cleaned up, it reads beautifully. When I was at work, I know I knew a lot of people at work. Okay, this was a building where you could walk around and talk to 400 people. Okay, it's a large building. Automotive engineering centers where I worked. And we had the freedom to walk around and talk to 400 people trying to do our job. But when I came in with showing people that there's these hidden formats, they all thought I was a heretic. And the next day I came in, nobody. I talked to people for 20 years. I walked right by them, not even look at me or say hi. It was funny. But anyways, after about a month and a half, one of the guys come down on nights where I was working overtime, and he started reading it, and he couldn't believe it. He was stunned how first person the text becomes. And he took it back on days, and he put that in their nose and made them read it. And they all, next day I come in, I had 20 people ask me if I'm going to announce myself as a prophet. So what I proclaim is that I am the helper. I have witnessed our Creator 8 times, or our Creator made me see him 8 times, and he made me a witness that Jesus existed. So I'm able to edit the text a little bit more than most people. So you'll find that in a lot of my videos, if you go through the Psalms, I'll start recognizing some words, and I'll say, well, this, and I'll start telling that story. And then bring up the king, bring up background on it. And then about 5 more verses, the story starts appearing. So I know that text is actually written by that king, and it wasn't wrote by David. But he's given me the knowledge to correct the words truthfully as I go through here. So I don't know how long you were around while I was talking, but I'm going to have to continue here. If you need anything else, just let me know. Okay. Now, after the killing, no one will gather and bury them. That goes with above. This is just a statement, so I can find that statement someplace else. But I know that this text has got to go with that number. And by the way, when the text is done, you'll still be able to backtrack all my editing and all my videos as well. to see all the edits I've done. So I have PDFs in the description. I know one woman's going crazy right now over them. She can't believe how easy and truthful it is to read. So, but let's get women involved and say who understands it's not so much who not exercises, who does, who shows kindness, justice, and righteousness. Now, righteousness is not being used right here in this verse. Righteousness is the word that means most obedient to our Creator. The most righteous people speak about our Creator, and that is the righteous ones' glory is to speak about our Creator truthfully. Who shows kindness, justice with their righteousness. So now with their righteousness, now the word righteousness comes up truthfully. Okay, so that's, but who understands and knows, wouldn't have to use this, and knows I am YV. No, who understands and knows. This is not connecting correctly. This has to, I must unearth, for I delight in these things. Our Creator would not say, I delight. Our Creator isn't on earth. On earth, this is their delight in these things. That's not even working right. Usually when they do it declares, it's the subject is changing. So right now I've got a 4-verse and an odd 4-verse. I might have to do something here with this. That I don't need this word. Who understands and knows I am YV. This would almost be who would be him who shows kindness and justice to my righteous. And that would be to my righteous. This would be his kindness. There's no such thing as love kindness. And justice to and this is not here, it's not him, it's the righteous. This and this is out there. Okay, now I got to separate this. Well, this would not be said by our Creator. On earth it is their delight in these things. No, that won't work either. Gone. Behold, the days are coming. Well, this has to be above this. So if I say that I'm going to use this one, and then not this one, declared, and this has to be actually, say, bring this down and make it yellow because I want to put it over here. And then I'll put yellow on that. And that shows, oh, I'm just moving one word. Hebrew is wrote backwards, so a lot of times words do need to be put together correctly for the modern person to read. Oh, YV declared, not declares. Well, if he's declaring, then YV prophesied. YV prophesied, and then this would be the prophet speaking finally. Because before I've got Jeremiah talking to people, and then I got people that are going to Babylon speaking. Behold, the days are coming. Days are coming. He will punish everyone. Now that's living in Judah, so that, because that's what I've been editing for a few verses. So none of that, don't need that. He will punish everyone. And that's not needed because there's no women involved in here. He will punish everyone. Now that's a 3-verse format, and I haven't found a beginning to some of the texts that I found in chapter 3 and 5 that I know of, that all of a sudden there was a couple 3 verses that just speaking out of the middle of nowhere. So a lot of times what I'm seeing when I'm doing this is that, especially like a book of a prophet, that his words are within the same text, just scrambled up. And they needed to do that because they were still using the text after they rewrote it to speak to people. So, Egypt and Judah. Now, look, these guys are descendants from, this is Jacob's brother. Esau became a kingdom. These guys and these guys, man, women, and children were killed, and all of a sudden we've got 700 years later they're appearing. So this is out. And the Arabs in the desert who clipped their hairs on the temple, and all the nations uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised heart. And when we know that is oversalted text, so that isn't there. Now, let me do a cleanup of what I've found today. So, oops, Jeremiah 9. If I copy this, hit that so I don't do anything, save that. Come all the way down to the end. There's a lot here in Jeremiah that's going to be saying the same thing, only I'm going to put it here. I'm going to clean it. Okay. I'm going to just copy that, but there's 2 there. No, I moved this group here, so I don't need that. No, I need 2 spaces here. One space there. See, well, if you start reading this, it's kind of hard to say that I could think of that ahead of time and edit the text to make it do this. This I forgot to get rid of. But here's a 3 verse, so got to start noting the difference here. And then this is sometimes I do have to make these, force them into a different format. But no, that's 4 verse. Okay. And this is, yeah, there's going to be something missing there, even though this is 3 verse. Boy, I missed a lot of them today. Okay, just a second. I got to take this. Okay, I got some problems here. Just a second, I got to contact my friend here. She's okay. All right. Because I'm just about done with streaming, but that's got to pay the bills. Got the bill collector calling. Now this is a 3 verse. And how come I didn't edit that text? I must have went by some text that I didn't edit. Yeah, it looks like I skipped over some text. Oh, I wanted to go over it a little bit more. So I've got to really messed up. Been talking to too many people today. Okay. We were cast off. This is going to go with this. This has got to be 2. This would be 2 here. Now it's going to show the 4 verse again. And this should hook to this, but it's a 3 verse, not a 4 verse. So okay, I found some of this, and I don't know why I went around that. I got to go back and do 13 and then bring it forward. Or I'll just leave it here, and then when I edit, I got to go backwards. That's the biggest mistake I made, and boy, so long I can't remember. Anyways, have a great day. Glad people stopped by. And I will stream again. Let's see, today is Friday, or today's, yeah, I'll stream later tonight at 6 o'clock, 11 in the morning, and at 6 at night. So pretty much every day except for Wednesdays. Talk to you later. Good evening.